What's up, y'all? It's Ty in this video. Today, we're going to be going over ranking our best small forwards in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM. Now, if there's a shooting guard small forward, such as a guy like Kawhi Leonard, yes, he's going to be featured on the shooting guard list, not the small forward list. Why? Because, I mean, look, there's not really a situation in which I'd recommend at this stage running him at small forward. He can play small forward, and at the small forward position, he's going to be good. But I just think he's better at shooting guard. So, again, if you are missing out on a card, just go watch the shooting guard list or pay attention to the power forward list. The card is probably going to be featured there unless I miss out on them. We're going to start with Galaxy Opal Brown. If, let's say, you got unsellable Galaxy Opal Brown out of a pack, out of a reward pack, anything like that, I want you guys to know, Galaxy Opal LeBron still can play. Like, Galaxy Opal LeBron is still really solid and definitely a card that if you are looking to, build your squad and you get LeBron James, he can play. I know some people at this stage complain that it was, his release isn't what it once was. Or his release isn't as quick as a lot of people's at this stage. And look, I get that. I do. And I'm not arguing against that. Like, LeBron's release at this stage, it's not bad. It's just not necessarily like one of the quickest in the game anymore. Like, it's just not, it's real, the truth. But Bron still defensively gives you a ton, offensively elite. Galaxy Opal LeBron is A tier. Galaxy Opal Giannis. Look, I played against him yesterday in King of the Court, and he was giving me so many problems. I don't know why people act like this Giannis's release is so poor and basically unusable. Trust me when I tell you, his release is just fine. Like, I know it's not as quick as the Dark Matter Giannis, but Galaxy Opal Giannis still plays so much defense, still knocks down open shots, and is still a massive problem to play against on this game. Again, I don't know where people think that Giannis just all of a sudden isn't that good, or his release in Bron's release just is so bad and unplayable. No, these cards can still play at an insanely high level. GOAT Tatum is S tier. I don't know who needs to hear it, and I know his release might not be this, might not be that. He has every legend badge in the game. He's S tier. Like, I don't know how I'm supposed to sit up here and tell you that a Jason Tatum card that looks like this is not S tier. And I know his release isn't necessarily the best, but he is still an S tier caliber small forward because of all the legend badges the card does have. B's at this stage, I'm going to go A tier. Some people might argue S tier. And I'm actually going to move. Nah, Jason Tatum deserves S tier, right? Like, he has literally every legend badge in the game. I think, him or B's, I think at this stage I'd go Jason Tatum. And I know people are going to argue, but at some stage, like, even if you're just looking at, like, defense, Jason Tatum's defense is going to be the best in the game, too. And so, at some stage, you got to respect it. I don't think Jason Tatum is, like, the best card in the game. But because he does have every legend badge in the game, I think I'm going to go S tier. Paolo Banchero. This one's tough because I actually think Paolo's elite on this game, but I think I've got to go to that B tier. Why? Well, his release is only on normal, which so is Bron, so is Giannis. But I think Bron and Giannis give you slightly more than Paolo Banchero at this stage. Chris Webber. Weird card, man. I think Chris Webber is so hard to green with that it's tough for me to put him anywhere above, A tier. But I think he is better than B's. I think he's better than Bron, and I think he's better than Giannis. I mean, you got to get used to the release if you want Chris Webber to be at his best. But I still think he is deserving of that S tier. Kevin Durant up next. I do not like this Kevin Durant card. And when I say that, I don't think he's horrible. But, he's... Okay, when I say that, he's definitely better than the Galaxy Opal KD, and he's definitely better than the Pink Diamond KD, but I think B tier is the right tier. I don't think he's A tier. I think B tier for KD is the right spot. Dark Matter LeBron, S tier. I don't think there's a ton that needs to be said. Defensively, one of the better cards on this list, sees the release on very quick as well. There's just not a whole lot of negative things that I can say about this LeBron James. I mean, he is ridiculously good. If you have Dark Matter Bron, or if you got him out of a free pack, you've got one of the best small forwards in the game right now. You do. Next up, Dark Matter Jason Tatum, C tier at this stage. Like, I got Jason Tatum. I used him. He's not bad, though. I think we got to get some lower tiered cards in here. Julius Randle, D tier. Lamar Odom, D tier. I don't really love either of them. Neither of them are horrible, though. I got to find an F tier card somewhere on this list. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to. And that's, kind of a problem because I want to throw a card at F tier, but I don't know who it would be. Like, at this stage, who is an F tier caliber card? I'm looking and I don't really see one. Kuz, I guess I'll throw Kuzma at F tier. He stinks, guys. I'm sorry. If you got the Kyle Kuzma on mobile, that's fine. But just know the card stinks. Dark Matter Giannis. S tier. I'm going to have to move some guys around. I don't want to move GOAT Tatum out of S tier, though. I don't want to because, again, he has literally every legend badge in the game. Like, I can't move him out of S tier. I just can't. I don't necessarily love his SIGs, but he does belong there. Karl Malone, I like him more at the power forward. At the small forward, I think D tier is probably the right tier for me, Mr. Karl Malone. Rudy G up next. B tier probably. I think people, you know, love Rudy, but I just don't know how high I can be on the card. I think he's fine, but I do think B tier is probably the right tier for him. And if you disagree, that's fine, but tell me where you'd have Rudy, because when I'm looking at the card, I do think B tier is where he belongs. And again, I'm not hating. I'm just looking at things and thinking, well, I think that's where he belongs. B tier for Rudy. Larry Marketing, I think without the duo, C tier. With the duo, probably B tier, but I'm going to put him in C tier. David West, D tier, he's fine, but can play. Sean Kemp kind of stinks. I have Sean Kemp. I don't like him. I am going to exchange him for a badge on my on my main account whenever I can. C tier for Sean Kemp. The card just is not great. Jonathan Bender, he's fine. I think Jonathan Bender is good. But again, he's a pink diamond. He's kind of a budget-ish card. I'm going to throw him at C tier. A lot of people are going to disagree with me on that. I know he's 7 feet tall. But when it comes down to ranking the best of the best, I think C tier is as high as I can be. Remember, I got Dark Matters, like a Lamar Odom in D tier. And so, if you just think I'm slandering Jonathan Bender, I'm not. It's just you can only be so high on the card. MPJ, 6'10", knocks down shots, plays some defense. I don't think the card's perfect, but I think he's solid. And so I'm going to throw him in B tier. And again, my list is kind of all over the place, but a lot of these cards, it really is preference based. Hedo Turkoglu, he's not that good. D tier, he's just really not that good. Gerald Wallace, C tier. I actually don't mind Gerald Wallace at all. I got him on my No Money Spent. He ran for a while. I think the card's incredibly good. It just comes down to, at this stage, we just have better options than Gerald Wallace. It really is that simple. I think the card still can play at a really high level. Scotty Barnes up next. The card's not great. C tier, maybe even, I'm going to throw him a D tier. I just don't see it with Scotty Barnes. Not saying he's horrible. I just don't see it. Adam Morrison, I'm going to go A tier with. I think Adam Morrison gives you more than KD. I think Adam Morrison gives you more than a guy, let's say, like Jason Tatum, all those type of guys. Now, again, if you don't love Adam Morrison, that's fine. But I think overall, he is that level of good. Tyler Hansbrough is good as well. Probably C tier for Hansbrough. I think the card gives you quite a bit on the floor. Defensively, a solid player. Build is solid. I think Hansbrough is deserving of C tier. Carlos Boozer up next. I'm going to go C tier with Boozer. I actually don't mind Boozer, though. I just think for me, I'm inconsistent with his release. If you can green consistently with Boozer, obviously you can have him higher. I think C tier is right tier. Kenya Martin, D tier, not a great card. Josh Smith's interesting. I think A tier is the right tier. I feel like people overhype Josh Smith, right? Like, I get it, like he's good, his release is improved, but I feel like people gas how good that release is. It's fine. But again, am I taking him over LeBron or Giannis? I'm not. Some people might. I'm personally just not right now. He's probably at the top of A tier. I don't like having him at A tier, though. Like, I think it's right, though. I think that is right. Jonathan Isaac up next, B tier. I think Jonathan Isaac's great. I just think Giannis is better. Even when I play against the two cards, right? It's like, even if I'm to play against Jonathan Isaac, Galaxy Opal, or Galaxy Opal, Giannis gives me more problems, especially defensively. And I think that's the main thing. Obviously, offensively, I think Jonathan Isaac, at least release-wise, is better, than the Galaxy Opal Giannis. But I think when I'm looking at it defensively, that the Galaxy Opal Giannis is just elite, man. He gives you so much on the floor that it's, tough for me not to have Giannis slightly higher than Jonathan Isaac. Although you could definitely argue the two at the same tier. And honestly, I think that might be right. Well, we might have to move some guys around. Tony Kukoc, solid, B tier. He's solid. I just think Giannis is better. Like Kukoc is solid. He's more of an offensive head than a guy like Jonathan Isaac. But again, release-wise is solid. Gives you a good frame on the court. I do think B tier is right. Blake Griffin, S tier. No questions asked. Easy addition to that S tier is Blake Griffin. Miles Bridges, not great. D tier. Jamal Mashburn's actually extremely good on the court. I'm going to go upper B. I do like Jamal Mashburn, though, and I actually think he's a big-time problem on the court. Tim Thomas, A tier. Some people might want me to put Tim Thomas at S tier. It's not happening. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people think Tim Thomas is okay. I don't like my list, though. I don't like my list. I don't. You know, because like Tim Thomas offensively isn't as good as Michael Beasley. Defensively, he's way better though. And so I think with this list, I might have to move some guys down, but I think for now, Tim Thomas at A tier is fine, but then it's like, okay, is Dark Matter LeBron really better than Tim Thomas? Those are the things I gotta ask myself, and I don't know. I'm gonna move Tim Thomas up. I'm gonna move Michael Beasley up. And I think I like that a little bit more. I don't love the fact that I'm moving Michael Beasley all the way up to S tier. I don't. But I think with him being the best offensive small forward in the game, you got to. Danny Granger, I think, is underrated. I think he's A tier, but I do think the card is underrated. I think Danny Granger is incredibly good on the court. Terry up next. I'm going to go A tier. I haven't used him a ton. He's only 6'7". I think there are definitely flaws with Terry, but overall, I think the card is definitely fine on the court. But then it's like, okay, if I got to move Josh Smith up. But is Josh Smith better than this Giannis? Like, these are the questions that we have to ask. And I honestly don't know. I'm going to leave it like this for now. But again, this is tough right now. This is tough. Anton Jameson, B tier. I haven't used the card enough to really give you guys an accurate rating. Robert Covington, B tier. If you want to ever slander Robert Covington, you can, but just know you're not alone, because I'm not alone. I'm not the only one that loves Robert Covington. Give me him over Dark Matter KD every day of the week. Dorian Finney-Smith up next. I've not used the card, okay? So I'm going to rank him in B tier. Some people say I'm sleeping on Dorian Finney-Smith. I may be. I've not used DFS, so again, it's really, really hard for me to give you guys an accurate rating on how good Dorian Finney-Smith is. But, I mean, would y'all rather me lie to you guys and say I've used Dorian Finney-Smith and he is this good or that good? Because, again, I have no idea how good Dorian Finney-Smith is. I genuinely don't. And so hopefully you guys can at least respect the fact that I'm being honest with you. Like, I don't know how good the card is, so how am I supposed to give you guys an accurate representation? I just can't. You know, I can't. And so I'm not going to sit up here and try to do that in front of you guys. I'm just not. I do not know how good the card is. Andre Kirilenko, S tier. I don't care. I've used AK. His release is incredibly easy to time, easy to green. He plays good defense. If you don't have AK in S tier, you're doing something wrong. Kevin Durant, S tier. Okay, I'm gonna move some things around. Okay, I'm going to, because I do not like the way that this list is going. I don't like it. Okay, and so I'm gonna move some guys down that I think I've got to. You know, I just don't like the way that this list is going right now. And so it is what it is. If your favorite card gets moved down, I got 3 words for you. I do not care, okay? Like, genuinely speaking, I don't care. Because I got to move some cards down, but I just can't. Okay, I'm just going to make a GOAT tier. I'm going to make a GOAT tier because, like, I can't have KD in the same tier as all of these cards. Like, I just can't. I just absolutely, oh boy, I just messed up this list badly. Whatever, okay? I just cannot have KD in the same tier as the rest of these cards. So, this is going to be a new type of thing, right? KD is next level good. The rest of these cards are fine at their respective tiers. I can move some cards back to where they initially were and be fine with it. But objectively speaking, like, I think KD is a head and shoulders above anybody else on this list. Gallo is not great. Like, if you have whatever it takes in this festival to get Gallo, I still wouldn't. I do not love the card. That's going to wrap it up for our tier list today. I don't like this tier list. I'm just being honest. I made this tier list, but I don't love it. I feel like I'm just not doing Michael Beasley right. I feel like Josh Smith I'm not doing right as well. And maybe I even feel like I'm too high on Bron or Giannis. But I feel like this is where I'm at with the cards. So let me know your thoughts on it. Who did I miss out on? Who was I too high or too low on? Let me know. Drop a like on the video, guys. Subscribe if you are new. And as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.